I'm building this bench out of cedar decking so it'll last longer while sitting outside in the rain. I like to start off by doing some sanding just to get rid of the dirt and any markings on the boards. I'm cutting out 8 pieces at 16 inches. These are going to be stabilizers for the legs. I also follow up by cutting out 2 corners on one side of all of these pieces. This is more of a decorative look. Next, I cut out 4 pieces at 19 inches. These are going to be for the leg height, so if you want the bench taller or shorter, you can adjust it here. After that, I cut out 2 stretchers for 3 feet. These are going to be stretching in between the 2 legs to help stabilize the entire thing. And lastly, I have to cut out 4 pieces at 4 feet each. These are for the seat planks on top of the bench. Now it's time for assembly. I'm starting off by building the leg pieces. There's going to be 2 legs, and each of them are going to use 2 of those 19-inch legs plus 4 of the stabilizer pieces. So what I'm doing here is gluing them in place and positioning it upright to make sure it's straight and square with itself. And I'm using a couple brad nails just to keep it in that position before I go back and then add screws to strengthen it up. The brad nails are completely optional. You don't have to use that, but if you have it, it's really great for keeping things held initially. Now what I'm doing here is adding a stabilizer to the other side. So there's 2 stabilizers sandwiching these 2 leg pieces. Next I do the same to the other side. So these are just a mirror image of each other. But basically one end is the foot, so that's going to be touching the ground, and the other end, that's what the seat planks are going to attach to. After the 2 legs are assembled, I added the stretchers. Now these can go anywhere you want. I found it easiest just to put them right up to the stabilizer because it holds in place real easily as I add all the screws. Now I flip the whole thing over because I want the stretchers closer to the seat, which brings up the last step, adding the seat planks. For the seat planks, I'm spacing them apart by 1/8 inch about, because I want to leave room for expansion and contraction, but I also want to leave a gap there so water can drain, so it's not just sitting on the surface. And of course, I'm using exterior screws, just like the rest of this build, to assemble the whole thing and hold all the seat planks in place.